homie.
That, like, I was just wondering, Brian Shaw has mentioned before kind of a law of thirds. So when you have an event, there should be a third of the competitors who should, you know, be able to master it, a third of them who kind of can do it but struggling, and a third who can't do it at all. What do you, whoever would like to go first, what do you guys think of that theory? Does that hold water?
I'll take the lead here, if you don't mind. So I think with my limited experience in the sport, I think 100%, I think that's dead on for a well-run contest, perfectly picked weights. And I think that USS Nationals, the one that Chris Vaccio ran out in Columbus, was a perfect example of that. You know, just I was in the under 220 class for that, and that's exactly what happened. You had about, I think we had a lot of competitors at that contest. I want to say it was like almost 70 just in my weight class. But like you had 10 that could roll with those weights at that show, no problem. And it was clear as day who was kind of be on the podium or not. And then guys like me that were there, just middle of the pack, bouncing back and forth up there. I think the highest I was after the third event was like 15th. And then there were some guys that were zeroing every other event, just kind of there to learn how nationals runs and get the experience. And I have been at some shows or witnessed some shows that where people go, 25 reps on a deadlift or 30 reps on a squat. And you're like, okay, that's when that's not really well run. But yeah, 100%. I think that theory is dead on.
Yeah, I agree with that. We have, so when we set up contests, we usually have a couple athletes test drive all the weights when we set up the weight matrix for the implements. So we want to make sure that, some of our different weight class athletes can do pretty well in it. And we want to bump the weight up and challenge them a little bit more, because obviously you want to give them something to train for. But that's it. I mean, this sport is basically how strong are you and how fast can you move with oversized and really heavy implements. So that law of thirds makes complete sense. And to Josh's point, USS Nationals, I competed at that show as well, and there was close to 400 total athletes. It was a big show. It was wild. And kudos to Chris for pulling that thing off. It was amazing to watch all those people go through a contest in like 6 to 8 hours. That should have been like a 3-day show with all those people. But yeah, that's it. You want to have a few people do well, but not everybody is great at every event. And there are so many different variations of strongman events that you want to see some people shine and some people struggle. But it's always fun to watch.
So if you like this video and haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing using that button right there. And also stay tuned for some other videos that you might love blooping up right there. This one is the one that YouTube thinks that you will like the best, and this one is the one that I think you will like the best. As always, share this with everyone, and until next time, ciao, homie.